One of the things that people love about Mixmax is how easy it is to add contacts to your outbound campaigns. From within Mixmax, you can add contacts manually or import a CSV, and we recently added the ability to add contacts to sequence directly from Salesforce. Once I've selected a couple of contacts, I can click an Add to Sequence button, select a sequence, and see that my contacts have been added to that sequence, ready for me to send. Soon you'll be able to add contacts to a sequence from within your own websites. Here, for example, I have a table of information showing my family members and their favorite dogs. Today I'm able to export these contacts to CSV and then import that CSV to Mixmax, but I'd love to be able to add these contacts to a sequence directly from this web page. To do this, I'll make a few edits to this HTML. First, I'll identify the button that I'd like to replace with an Add to Sequence button. To replace the button, I'll tell the SDK by adding a class with a special value. Next, I'll tell the SDK how to get the recipient's information when the button's clicked. I do this by specifying an HTML attribute whose value is a global JavaScript function. This function takes a single parameter, a callback, that I should provide the contact's information to. So here's one way that this function could be implemented. I identify the table and I parse its rows into a list of recipients with emails, variables like the contact's names and favorite dogs, and the parameter scheduled at false, which tells Mixmax not to immediately send the sequence, but instead let me review it and then send it out. Lastly, I'll import the SDK. So now that I've told Mixmax which button to replace with an Add to Sequence button, how to get the recipients, and loaded the SDK, now when I reload the page, I see that the button has been replaced by an Add to Sequence button. And when I click it and select a sequence, I see that my contact's information has been added to the sequence, ready for me to send.